All right. So Teacher Fritzel, Teacher Harleen, you can now start with your demonstration teaching.
Good day, class. We are your student teacher for today. So I am Harleen Macy Takata.
And I'm Fritzel Angela Saculies.
Once again, good afternoon. For today's topic, we'll be discussing to you what is gerunds and what is gerund phrases, and also its importance and on how we use gerunds in sentences and phrases.
So to formally start our lesson, sino dito yung familiar sa gerund? Familiar ba kayo sa gerund?
Yes po.
Yes po.
Yes. Kindly give an example of gerund.
Swimming.
Swimming.
Okay.
Correct.
Another one. Okay, Hannah.
Eating.
Okay,
Very
that's
good.
correct.
Carmela.
Looking po.
Looking. Correct. What else? Marielle Claire.
Biking po, ma'am.
Hiking. Tama. Jenny Grace.
Watching po.
Watching.
Thank you.
Okay, so, sa binigay nyo words, alam naman na natin na familiar na kayo. So, mag-proceed na tayo sa mismong lesson.
Okay, so based on the words that you have given, our topic for today will be a sentence analysis on gerunds and gerund phrases. So first, what is gerund phrase? Gerund phrase contains a gerund plus complements and modifiers. For further understanding, let us also define what is gerund. A gerund is a word which is a form of a verb ending in ing and is used as a noun. So for example, look at our examples. Number 1, laughing is man's best health therapy. So what do you think is the gerund on the sentence?
Laughing.
Laughing. So the gerund on the sentence is laughing that modifies the man's best health therapy. Second is singing is good practice for the heart. So what do you think is the gerund on this sentence? Singing. Okay. So let's proceed on another example. So on another example, boxing is Muhammad's Ali's sport. So boxing is derived from the verb box. So box is a verb. That means the subject of the gerund phrase is boxing that modifies the sport of Muhammad Ali. Did you get it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes po.
Okay. So next, we will proceed to a gerund functions that we will be discussed by Ma'am Fritzel.
So, a gerund, meron siyang iba't ibang function. It can be a subject, direct object, predicate nominative, appositives, or object of a preposition. Next slide, please. So, dito sa first example natin, training is essential. First, hanapin muna natin kung saan yung gerund dyan.
Training.
Training. Kung babasahin niyo itong sa sentence na example natin, anong function ng gerund natin na training?
Subject. Subject.
It functions as subject. Ano ba ang subject? Subject tells us whom or what a sentence is about. So, ang tinutukoy na essential is yung training. Malinaw ba?
Yes po.
Yes po. Yes po.
Next slide, please. Next, my aunt enjoys golfing. So dito, yung gerund natin is golfing. And nag-function siya as direct object. Ano bang direct object? Direct object receives the action of a certain action verbs called transitive active verbs. So dito, ang tatandaan lang natin kung sino kung ano or sino ba yung nakaka-receive ng verb. Ano ba yung verb dito sa sentence natin?
Enjoy.
Enjoy, tama.
Yes.
And sino yung doer?
On.
And
On.
sino yung receiver ng verb? Yung action. Yung verb na enjoy. Sino yung receiver? Or ano yung receiver? Golfing.
Golfing.
So, may tanong ba kayo dito sa direct object?
Wala na.
Wala po.
Next slide po. So next, his passion was sailing. Dito naman sa next sentence natin, ano yung gerund?
Sailing.
Sailing.
Sailing. So, ang function niya dito, predicate nominative. Bakit siya naging predicate nominative? Ang predicate nominative kasi, it usually comes after a linking verbs. They modify the subject of the sentence, also known as subject complement. So, ang predicate nominative, para lang din siyang subject complement. Ano ba yung subject complement? Subject complement is the word that modifies the subject. Dito sa example natin, ano yung subject? His passion was sailing. Ano yung subject? Anyone?
Passion.
Passion, tama. Passion yung subject natin dito. And ano yung nagmamodify sa subject natin na passion or ano yung nag-a-add ng information about sa passion? Ano yung nagmamodify sa subject na passion? Ano yung passion niya?
Sailing.
Sailing.
Very good.
Very good, tama. So yun, naintindihan ba?
Yes po.
Next slide. So next example, my favorite sports, boxing and wrestling, require strength and agility. So dito, kung mapapansin nyo, base sa mga naunang example, ano yung pinaka napansin nyo dito sa example na to? Like symbols, ganun. Po?
Dalawa po yung
Gerunds.
gerund.
Gerunds. And ano pa, kung mapapansin niyo rin dito, naka-enclose siya sa dalawang comma.
Tama.
Doon natin makikita kung yung gerund ba is nagpa-function as a positive. Kasi ang positive, it usually, it enclosed by 2 commas. Ayan. And it usually comes before the verb then. Ano ba yung verb dito sa sentence natin?
Boxing and wrestling.
Very good.
But yung, kung tandaan natin na kahit na verb form siya, boxing and wrestling, kung iba yung function niya dun sa sentence, kung paano siya ginamit sa sentence, malalaman natin kung gerund ba siya or nag-act siya as subject, ay as verb pala, kakusana. So dito, yung boxing and wrestling ay isang gerund. Gets po ba? Hindi siya nag-act as verb. Okay po ba?
Yes po.
Next slide po, please. Next, do we get credit for trying? So yung gerund natin na word dito is trying. So ano yung function niya dito? Object of preposition. Bakit siya naging object of preposition? Kasi it follows a preposition. Tama. Ano ba yung mga ibang example ng preposition? Pwede po ba kayo magbigay? Bukod sa for na nandito sa example. In. Tama.
On.
Oh.
At. Okay.
So, yun. So, malalaman natin na gerund as object of preposition siya kung ang gerund na ito ay nag-act as noun and sinusundan niya is preposition. So, next slide po.
So, okay. For this activity, you will be reading the following sentences, and this is a 5-minute activity. You will underline the gerund and gerund phrase used in the sentence, and you will identify also its functions, if it's a subject or predicate nominative, appositive, subject, direct object, or object of preposition. So you are given a time of 5 minutes to answer the activity.
Pwede
Oral
niyo
na
pong
lang.
isulat.
Oo, pwede niyong isulat and
Sa
then mag-oral na lang tayo mamaya.
Yes.
Clear na ba yung yung sa mga examples, baka hindi niyo pa gaano naintindihan? Or okay naman? Hello? Kamusta po yung activity? Ginagawa po ba? May 2 minutes pa po akong natitira. Okay, time's up, guys. Hello? Are you ready with your answers? Hello?
Ready na po ba kayo?
Yes.
Arlene and Fritzel,
Yes, sir.
ask the students later to chat their scores in the chat box.
Yes, sir. Sige po.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry po, nag-lag po.
Sorry. Eto na.
Nakikita niyo po?
Opo.
So, answeran na natin yung activity. So, sinong gustong mag-answer sa number 1?
Ako po.
Okay.
Sino yan?
Sino yun? Yung nauna kanina.
Opo.
Charles. Okay. Present your answer.
The best form of exercise, walking, is also the least expensive. The gerund is walking and the function of gerund is a positive.
Tama po ba yun, class?
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Bakit siya naging a positive?
Kasi po may kama po siya.
Na-enclose siya sa kama, dalawang kama. Tama. So, sa second question, sinong gustong sumagot? Carmela Raimundo. Nag-raise na hand.
Micah's favorite sport is running. So, yung running po yung gerund phrase and predicate, ano?
Predicate.
Predicate nominative.
Predicate nominative.
Tama po ba?
Yes po.
Bakit po siya naging predicate nominative? Anyone po?
After linking verb.
After a linking verb. Tama. And kino-complement niya na rin yung subject.
Subject.
Tama. So, number 3. Hannah Love.
Reading faces is an old Chinese art. Yung gerund po is reading And it is a gerund as subject.
Yeah,
Subject.
very
Tama
good.
po ba?
Yes.
Yes. Ba't po siya naging subject? Ba't siya nag-act as subject? Kasi yung tinutukoy na Old Chinese art ay yung reading faces. So number 4. Sino pong gustong mag-answer sa number 4? Carmela Raimundo. Meron pa. Mag-give tayo ng chance sa iba. Alison Vallejo. Number 4.
The gerund phrase is sleeping, and function of the gerund is predicate nominative.
Predicate nominative.
Uh-huh. Are you sure?
Direct object po.
Direct object.
Yeah.
Bakit po siya naging direct object? Kung direct object po siya.
Yes, Alison. Baka may gusto kang sabihin. Mark. Okay. Mark Dave.
Kasi po yung gardening po yung tumatanggap ng compliment. So po,
Direct object po siya dahil sino yung nagre-receive ng
si gardening.
po?
Si gardening po. Ng compliment.
Dito po sa number 4 po, I love sleeping po.
Yes po.
Ay, wait. Tama, direct object po siya.
Ano yung example ni Mark Dave? Parang ibang presentation yung tinitignan niya.
Kaya nga po.
Yeah.
Gardening, sleeping balong, to eh. Number 4. Where did you find the word gardening?
Ay sir, nag-block kasi yung phone ko.
Ah, okay. Sige. Kunyari Kwan. Sige.
Proceed na po tayo sa number 5. Sino pong gustong mag-answer? Sino nag-raise na? Yung iba po, baka po gustong magsagot.
Baka maghintay kayo ng 8 years bago mag-raise ng hand yung iba, anak. Kung sino nang gustong mag-recite, sila na.
Sige. Miss Alison Vallejo. Another chance. Miss Alison, nandiyan ka po ba?
Proceed to the
Okay.
next. Proceed
Okay,
na
Sir
sa next.
Mel.
Proceed na.
Detectives were relieved after finding the evidence. Ma'am, object of preposition po.
Ano po yung gerund sa sentence?
Finding.
So, gerund phrase dito sa sentence is finding the
Finding.
evidence. And nag-function siya as object of preposition dahil sa preposition na after. Yung, chinekan niyo po ba yung ginawa niyo?
Yes po.
Yes po.
Paki-send, ay pakilagay po sa chat box po yung scores na nakuha niyo. Paano yun siya sinekan? So, pag mali yung function, mali, wala na rin siyang point, na?
Okay, so let's proceed on the another example of participle in a verb phrase. Participle as an adjective and as a gerund. So as you can see here, there are two columns, the gerund and participle.
Bakit po natin sila pagko-compare? Kasi baka po malito tayo na makakita lang po tayo ng verb form na nag-end ng ing, sasabihin na po natin siyang gerund. Hindi po. Kasi po magkaiba po ang participle and ang gerund. So, paki-explain po, Ma'am Harding.
So, go back to the definition of gerund. Ang sabi po sa gerund is, a gerund is a verb form that ends in ing. So, gerund is used as a noun, while on the participle, it is used as a part of a verb phrase or as an adjective. So, for example, on the gerund, sewing is Beth's favorite pastime. So, ang inano dito, sewing is the gerund functioning as a subject. So let's review on the another example of participle in a verb phrase. I am sewing this hem. So sewing served as a present participle functioning as a main verb. So what is the main verb on the sentence? What do you think the main verb in the sentence? The main verb in the sentence is what? Sewing. So yan. As you can see on the participle in a verb phrase, so sewing is the present participle functioning as a main verb. So let's proceed on the participle as an adjective. Sewing a button on her shirt, Beth pricked her finger. So what does the sentence that modifies Beth? So as you can see, sewing modifies Beth. Because sewing a button on her shirt, Beth pricked her finger. Sewing is also a gerund, which serves as verb that modifies Beth. Naintindihan po ba?
Kung mapapansin niyo po dito, sa gerund na word, para sila ng suing, pati sa participle. Pero magkaiba sila ng pinaggamitan kasi sa sentence. So, hindi mo masasabi na gerund tong sa I am sewing this hem. Kasi hindi naman siya nag-act as noun.
Gerund, yeah.
Gets po ba?
Opo.
Ayan.
Yes
So,
po.
para ma-identify natin kung gerund ba talaga yung verb form, titignan natin kung paano siya ginamit sa sentence. Next. Ayan. Uulitin po natin. Gerund phrase contains a gerund plus any complements and modifiers. Ayan, more examples po para mas maintindihan natin ang gerund phrase. Ano po yung gerund dito sa first sentence? Writing to friends is her way of bonding with them. Yung gerund po, ano po yung gerund?
Writing.
Writing. Bakit siya naging phrase itong writing to friends? I mean, itong gerund, naging gerund phrase kasi may kasama siyang, may nagko-complement na sa writing. Writing to friends. So, itong gerund phrase na to, anong function niya dito sa sentence? Writing to friends is her way of bonding with them.
Subject.
Subject, tama. So, next sentence, I like writing to friends. Same po ng gerund phrase. Ano po yung function niya dito sa second sentence? I like writing to friends.
Direct object.
Direct object, tama. Next.
So, on the third sentence, she delights in writing to friends. So what do you think the function of this sentence? Writing to friends?
Predicate nominative.
Mm-hmm.
Direct object preposition.
Ano po? Paulit po.
Object of preposition. Object of
Yeah. Bakit siya naging object of preposition dito sa sentence?
Because of the preposition in.
Preposition, yeah. The preposition in ang naging reason bakit siya naging object of preposition writing to friends because of the preposition in. Next sentence, her way of bonding with friends is writing to them. So what is the function of this sentence? There are two functions.
Yung first na gerund phrase muna po tayo.
Okay. The first gerund phrase is bonding with friends. So what is the function of this phrase?
Object of preposition.
Object of preposition. And what is writing to them? What is the function?
Predicate nominative.
Predicate nominative.
Appositive.
Appositive.
Ano pong
Direct object.
Direct object.
iba pong sagot?
Writing to them.
Subject.
Yeah, subject. Bakit mo siya masasabing subject, Levi? Bakit siya naging subject doon sa phrase na yan, writing to them?
Kamagan po.
Ano?
Bakit daw siya subject, Levi?
Bakit siya naging subject dito sa may ano?
Nagpe-pertain po sa my friends.
Yeah.
Sorry po, hindi ko naintindihan kanina yung tanong.
So, bonding with friends is a gerund phrase, function of object of preposition. So, her way off. So, the preposition is off. And then, writing to them, gerund as a subject that pertains to friends. Okay, next. Her way of bonding, writing to friends, is a pleasurable leisure time activity. Writing to friends, what is the function of that phrase to the sentence?
Positive.
Positive.
A positive. So what is the gerund in the sentence?
Writing.
Writing. Hindi po ba bonding?
Same sila.
Or same sila?
Bonding and writing.
Yeah, very good. So let's proceed. Tapos na pala. So thank you for listening. Thank you for your cooperation.
Magkuhan tayo. I-summarize natin yung lesson. So, ano yung lesson natin ngayon?
Gerund phrases and
Gerund.
functions.
Tama. So, ano yung different functions na nabanggit natin kanina?
Subject.
Direct object.
Direct object.
Direct object.
Positive.
Okay.
Predicate
A positive,
nominative.
predicate
Subject of the
nominative.
preposition.
Okay,
Object of
isa-isa
the
lang po.
preposition.
Raise
Isa-isa
your
lang po
hands
muna. Mag-raise na lang po tayo ng hand natin. Okay, so dahil si Hana ang nauna, okay, Hana, give me one. Function
Subject.
Subject. Next, Carmela,
Predicate nominative.
predicate nominative. Next, Nicole,
A positive.
a positive. Charles,
Object of preposition.
object of preposition. Jenny,
Direct object.
okay. So that are the functions of gerund. So always remember that gerund is a verb form ending in ing and is used as a noun. So wag niyo pong kakalimutan yon. So like an ordinary single word noun, it may be used as subject, direct object, indirect object, pero hindi na namin na-introduce yon. And predicate nominative, object of preposition, appositives. So note, a gerund phrase consists of a gerund together with its modifiers. It may be modified by adjectives and adverbs or by phrases and by clauses. And a gerund or gerund phrase may come before or after the verb in a sentence.
Ayan. So, bago tayo mag-end, may tanong po ako. Kapag po ba nakakita kayo ng word or verb na nag-e-end ng ing, gerund
Gerund
na
na.
po ba yon?
Hindi po lahat. Hindi po lahat. Hindi po lahat.
So, paano po natin malalaman kung gerund po siya? Depende sa
paggamit po sa sentence.
Sa function.
function.
Yeah.
Tama.
Okay.
Magsasend po kami ng hindi, kay sir na lang po pala. Magsasend kami ng link po ng Google Form. May activity po tayo na sasagutan. Okay po?
Okay. Sige. Later na lang yung mga announcement ko sa mga first year. So, for the rest, thank you for participating. And that's the end of the lesson for the demonstration teaching of Teacher Fritzel and Teacher Harleen. Pwede nang mag-leave yung iba at kakausapin ko muna sila. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you po.
Po, sir. Thank you po.
Goodbye po. Thank you.
Goodbye po, teachers.
Thank you
Bye-bye.
for participating.
Alright. Sa inyong dalawa. Kamusta? Nati-feeling nyo?
Sir, nakahinga na kami.
Okay. So may mga comment ako na ibibigay. And this is for your improvement.
Yes po.
Okay. Ang nawala actually dun sa presentation is yung sa reading of the objectives of the lesson. Okay. Isisingit natin
Sir,
yun. Mas lalo na doon sa kwan. Mas lalo na kapag naging PT na kayo. Part kasi talaga
Yes,
yun ng
sir.
lesson. Reading of the lesson objectives. Okay. Yung sa motivation, hindi siya actually motivation. It's only a review. Because you're asking them only if they remember what a gerund is. Okay. So ang problem natin doon, it can only work for higher grade levels. Pagdating natin ng grade 7, grade 8, grade 9, hindi siya masyadong effective.
Sir, actually po yung ginawa po naming motivation sana kung face-to-face po kasi yung mag-a-act po sila, magbibigay po kami ng word and then i-act po nila tapos huhulaan po ng classmates nila kung ano yung ina-act nila. Opo.
Pero hindi tayo face-to-face eh.
Kaya nga, sir.
Naghanap sana kayo ng ibang paraan kung paano.
Opo.
Okay. Next comment would be your consistent yung pagtawag nyo sa kanila ng po. Okay, anong reason kung bakit hindi ko parang kumbaga hindi ko ina-advise na magpo ang isang student teacher sa kanyang mga student? Unang-una, kapag si student teacher hindi pa niya na-establish yung kanyang command dun sa classroom, madali ka kasi nilang gawing parang ka-level kapag hindi mo sila bibigyan muna ng kumbaga a chance to look up to you as the facilitator inside the classroom. So kapag hindi mo na-establish yung leadership mo, as much as possible, wag mo na tayong mag-pause sa kanila. Later na, pag chami-chami na kayo. Okay?
Yes, sir. Sige po.
Alright. Since this is online, napansin ko lang na sometimes we are not waiting for them to answer. Nagtanong tayo, walang sumagot, parang kumbaga matagal lang yung reception ng kanilang sagot. So wait for them to answer. Okay? Mas lalo kapag alam naman natin yung question is madali lang. Like for example, what is the subject in the sentence? Nagmamadali na tayo masyado. Marami pa naman kayong time off. 4:41 pa lang. Wala pa kayong 45 minutes actually. 30 minutes tapos nyo na. Okay? So wait for them to answer. Another is, if the student is not able to realize the answer, parang kanina meron kayong question about...
yung I love is sleeping po.
Yun. Assist them in achieving the answer. Kasi parang kumbaga, tanungin na natin yung... or magbigay tayo ng guide questions. Like for example, observe, tignan natin yung sleeping. Okay? For example, sleeping. Okay? Is it functioning as ganito or as ganito? Ganon na yung magiging tono natin. No? Hindi na natin sila tatanungin kung ano ito. Give them options. Pwede kayong magbigay ng options. And ito pala, okay. Malumanay. Ang inyong boses, malumanay. Although very good siya, in a way that it's clear, it's vocal, but kapag malumanay kasi masyado ang boses, the energy is perceived as very low. No? So kapag low ang energy, low ang reception ng students as well. So kumbaga, try to improve in strengthening your vocal ability para kapag pagkabasa mong ganyan or pagka-discuss mo ng mga concepts, may dating, kumbaga. No, may presence. Okay. Sabi ko nga dito is try to improve by strengthening your presence. No? So okay lang na malumanay but hindi dapat siya malumanay sa tono. Dapat may sense of aggressiveness siguro sa tono lang. Kahit sa tono lang. Another is yung sa immediate feedback. Meron yung sabi ni kanina ni Mark Dave na gardening.
Gardening, yes.
Tapos naghihintay siya kung tama ba yung sagot niya. Okay? So immediate feedback. Sabi niyo na agad na nasaan mo nakuha yung gardening na sagot, no? So, hindi naman talaga natin siya nakita. Okay. Another is be insistent. Do not settle if there is no one answering the question. Okay? Try to be insisting by asking the question over and over again, trying to rework the question so that mas madali siyang intindihin. Itagalog nyo kung pwede, no? Para hindi yung, ay walang sumagot, ako na nga lang, no? Para hindi kayo magmukhang kwan. Para hindi kayo magmukhang kawawa. Okay. Ayun, yung kay Harleen, meron yung sinasabi mo na it ends in ing. No? Mas maganda kapag sabihin mo it ends in ing. Kasi kapag sinabi mong ing, kapag sinabi mong ing, baka iba yung madinig nila. Iba yung magiging reception nila. Okay. Okay, meron pa ba? Ayun, ito may nakita ako isang maganda. Good control for for when the classroom is already bombarded with a lot of people talking. Yung kanina, recite na sila ng recite. Hindi na sila nag-raise ng hand. So anong ginawa ninyo? Kinontrol ninyo yung crowd by asking them to raise their hands instead. I think si Harleen yun. Yung nag-control ng crowd. So, pagdating ng tag team ninyo, you are very confident with each other. Alam niyo yung delineation ng inyong work. Kaya very smooth ang transition ng lesson. So smooth na 30 minutes tapos na. Although sabihin na natin, okay, this is only a lesson on gerund, pero the execution nga, sabi natin, execution and transition, very smooth. So doon na lang siguro ito sa delivery, doon sa classroom management, tayo nagkakaroon ng points of improvement. But overall, mastery of the lesson, I would be commending you, especially when you asked me what is predicate nominative. That's a good point to be as a teacher. Kapag hindi mo familiar yung topic, ask someone who knows the topic. Okay? Huwag niyo kakalimutan yon. Hindi tayo mga bayani. Kapag hindi natin alam, consult your lesson, consult the internet, ask someone, your mentor, to explain it to you again. Very good point yun for me. No? Kasi ako mismo, I would say that not every time alam ko yung concept. Kung minsan nalilito din si sir. That's the reason why if you remember, we have the multiple choice test. Iba yung answer ko ng first quiz, then iba na naman yung answer ko ng second quiz, and you were pointing it out. Yun po ang kailangan nating i-adapt. Na we are not right all the time. We can make mistakes, but it's about owning up to that mistake that makes us better. Okay? Okay. So hopefully this experience will or help you realize na you are in the right track, that you like teaching. Sana naramdaman niyo yon while you were doing your demo. Okay. And I will now congratulate you because you are now done with English 39. Please furnish me na lang a printed copy of your tawag dito? Lesson
plan po.
Send nyo na lang sa akin sa school. When you are free.
Sir, pwede po bang si Pritzal na lang muna mag-send?
Pwede naman.
Naka-quarantine pa po kasi.
Okay.
Sige.
Sige. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you po.